Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you watched my previous episode, you know that I got a new vlogging camera, and in this video I'm going to tell you why I got this camera. But first, let's roll the intro. A few months ago I got myself the Insta360 One X2 and I'm very satisfied with this camera. I even compared it to the DJI Osmo Action that I have since 2 years now, and to the DJI Pocket 2. You can watch my vlog here in this link. I compared these three cameras and they are all great. I can use them almost every day in all the vlogs. The Insta360 I can do some crazy shots. The DJI Osmo Action I can do some vlogging as well as some action shots. And the DJI Pocket 2 is the main vlogging camera. A few weeks ago I won a voucher from B&H and I said to myself, why not trying a new camera system that I've never used before. So I found this Sony ZV1. Lots of YouTubers are talking about this camera, so I said to myself, why not trying it? And I have it now since last week, and I wrote down some good elements that I found on this camera that I couldn't find in all the other vlogging camera that I have, and I'll let you know about them. If I want to compare the DJI Pocket 2 with the do-it-all handle to the Sony ZV1, the Sony has much more pros than the DJI Pocket 2, at least to me, and in this video I'm gonna list the pros of both of these cameras, so it might help you to choose your vlogging camera for 2022. This camera has many nice features, such as the weight. It's about 300 grams, comparing it to the DJI Pocket 2, which is about 150 grams with the do-it-all handle, and almost the double of the price also, because the Sony is about 750 euros, while this DJI Pocket 2 with the do-it-all handle is about 460 euros. Let us start with the flip-out screen. It's a must-have for a vlogger. On the DJI Pocket 2 I don't have a big screen, so I have to connect my phone, and then it's not really easy to hold and to walk around with. So with the Sony ZV1 this issue is solved. Add to that this red button here showing that the camera is recording. It's really helpful when you record videos out in the streets, so you can be sure that the camera is recording and you won't lose any footages. Another good point for the Sony ZV1 is the exchangeable batteries. When it's done you can change it and continue filming easily, while on the DJI Pocket 2 you have to charge the camera and then start filming again. On the Sony ZV1 you have many customizable buttons that make vlogging and filming much easier and much fun. I should mention that this Sony is a multi-purpose camera. I can use it for vlogging as well as for photography and for time-lapse photography also. The sensor on the ZV1 is about the double of the size of the sensor on the DJI Pocket 2, which makes the ZV1 much better in low light, and the image quality stands out in low light, especially much more than the DJI Pocket 2. Both cameras have a great audio quality. The DJI Pocket 2 with the do-it-all handle has many microphones, so it can detect your voice and it can record your voice easily, while on the Sony ZV1 the audio quality is sharp, clean, and I'm really loving it. One thing that I love about this Sony ZV1 is the optical zoom. I can cover from 24mm up to 70mm, while on the DJI Pocket 2 I cannot have optical zoom. I have only digital zoom, which is good in some situations, but it leads to reducing the image quality in most cases. The autofocus on the Sony ZV1 is amazing. The tracking system is just perfect, as well as the face detection and contrast detection. I felt in love with the autofocus on the Sony ZV1. It has also the product showcase, which is a good option for YouTubers, and I'm gonna use it very soon for some showcase products. And Sony were intelligent to include some electronic ND filters to this camera. It's not perfect, but it helps a lot, especially on a sunny day. Let's talk now about the advantages of the DJI Pocket 2 over the Sony ZV1. Let us start with the 4K 60 frames per second that we can film with the DJI Pocket 2 that we cannot use with the Sony ZV1. We are limited to 4K 30 frames per second. On the DJI Pocket 2 we have this handle, which is much easy to use and much ergonomic than the small handle that we have on the Sony ZV1. So for the grip I can give a point to the DJI Pocket 2. The USB charging port here is a USB-C, while on the Sony ZV1 is a micro USB, and these days the USB-C is the norm of the USB chargers. So this is another point for the DJI Pocket 2. The image stabilization on the DJI Pocket 2, which is mechanical, it's perfect, while the stab on the Sony ZV1 isn't that good, but it's usable, but it's not that perfect than the mechanical gimbal. And the most important thing is the application and how I can run the DJI Pocket 2 through my phone directly on the DJI Mimo app, while the application of the Sony isn't that good and I cannot rely on it when I'm shooting with. Let's go have a walk with the DJI Pocket 2 with the do-it-all handle on the right and the Sony ZV1 on the left. On the Sony I'm filming at 4K 30 frames per second. On the DJI Pocket 2 I'm filming at 4K 25 frames per second. Let us do some audio test to see which camera can recognize the voice and can separate my voice from the sound, from the noise around. And which camera is more stable, because I'm using the active stab on the Sony ZV1 and the mechanical stabilization on the DJI Pocket 2. So this is an audio test from the DJI Pocket 2 with the do-it-all handle, and this is an audio test from the Sony ZV1 with the built-in mic. I can notice that the field of view on the DJI Pocket 2 is much wider than on the Sony ZV1. I have the two cameras extended to the end of my arms. This is due to the stabilization on the Sony ZV1 because it crops from the image. But though it looks stable, even if I'm trying to walk a bit fast, the field of view on the Sony ZV1 is much tighter than on the DJI Pocket 2 because it's mainly due to the electronic stabilization on the Sony ZV1. It crops the image to make it stable. Let's have a run and to see which one can hold the run here in this park. Now let us go from the shade to the sun to see which camera can handle this changing in the light situation better. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my Instagram page to see more images coming out from the Sony ZV1. And let me know in the comment section below which one you prefer the most, whether the Sony ZV1 or the DJI Pocket 2. It's a bit windy here, so I believe that the Sony ZV1 will do a better job in audio quality. I was checking some YouTube videos and they were saying that there is Ulanzi making some wide lens for the Sony ZV1 to have a wider view, and I might get one to get this field of view that I'm having with the DJI Pocket 2, because to me it looks more natural and more interesting. And now let's go back to my studio to continue this video. So this is my short comparison between the Sony ZV1 and the DJI Pocket 2 with the do-it-all handle. I hope you found it interesting. Please give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That helps me a lot on the algorithm of this platform. And I see you on another video. Ciao!